Hey everybody, this is Ariel with Long Digital Media, your marketing and online professionals. And today in this video, I want to talk about how to increase your conversion rate. We're going to be talking about 10 major tips on how to increase your conversion rate for your website online. Either that's a yellow page ad, whether that's a Google ad, whether coming in off a Google search, maybe they're doing a Facebook ad. Maybe you're doing direct mail advertising. Maybe you're doing postcards, things of that nature. We can always increase our conversion rates through those systems. Now you might be saying, hey, I do some of those things, but I've never heard of conversion rates. Maybe you threw up a website together, had someone do it for you. Maybe you had your cousin build you a website or something like that. But conversion rates is a big question mark. So what is a conversion? Conversion is simply someone going from one state of action to another. Maybe they're searching and they're looking for a solution to their problem or something like that. Well, a conversion rate would simply be, hey, I can help you, and then they take action. So if we look at your sales process, your sales funnel, right? It takes a bunch of conversions for them to finally come out and become a customer. Right? So if people are coming in and they're suspect of you, essentially a suspect is they don't know who you are, they don't know what you do, and they don't know how you can help them. So how do we transform someone who's here as a suspect? We turn them into a client. I like the term client no matter what business you're in. If you call your customers or call your clients now customers, I like client because the definition in the dictionary is actually a person who's under the care of somebody else. And I really like that because it's a long-term relationship. Even if you're watching this right now, I consider you a client. So if you come to me and ask for help, you're a client. We build that long-term relationship. And I want you to think of the people who hit your website to think of that nature. So there's going to be a bunch of interactions that happen at the top of the funnel, right? So this might be a website, maybe an ad. Maybe you have in the yellow pages a direct letter. You sent them a sales letter. Maybe you sent them a Facebook ad. Maybe they hit you when someone else was talking about them. It's a referral. That's another form of advertising that we can do. So how do we get them from here, not knowing who we are, to finally they know who you are and how you can help them, but they haven't made a decision yet. So how do we educate them along the way so that they can finally become a customer? This last step is the sale, right? So you want to greet them, right? You want to evaluate their situation, right? You want to give them a tour of your product or service. You want to assess how you can help them and how you could be a good fit. And then you want to make a proposal. This is how we can start working together. And then you say, well, then they become a client or customer. So how do we increase the amount of people who convert into here? Now, getting traffic here, that's another topic that we're going to be talking about. A lot of people, they're not struggling with a lot of traffic. Maybe you are, so we'll talk about it in another video. But how do we increase the amount of people who hit your website to turn into customers? So that's really what we're going to be talking about. Let me get my little wipe here. So if you're watching this, you probably have a business. You probably have a website. You probably know that marketing is important, right? People need to know who you are. People need to know how to buy your services. And people need to know how they can start doing business with you and what problems you solve. So the first thing we want to talk about is credibility. What have you done in the past to certify you as a professional who can help me with my problem? Say I go to the dentist. I want to make sure that he's got a degree to be pulling teeth. Make sure that he's got some kind of certification. If I go to a carpet cleaner, what kind of certification can he have? Who else has he worked with? That's another form of credibility. What other businesses did he get? So I do a lot of research on my own, and I go tackle bigger companies, and I help small business owners as well. So I've worked with everything from Aramark to your local screen printing services and things like that nature. So we want to build credibility first, and we want to build it early. We want to have who we are, what we do, who we help, and who we work with. It's very simple. So the second thing we want to have is email. We want to be able to capture as much information as possible. If someone hits you up on your phone, right? I cold call a lot of businesses. I do a lot of I do a lot of mystery shopping for other companies to make sure that they're capturing emails and things of that nature. And so a lot of times if I get started with a consulting client, I say, well, here's what your competition is doing. They're not doing this, they're not doing this, they're not doing this, and they're not doing this. This is the advantage in the marketplace. When I see problems, that means opportunity. It means that there's a void in the marketplace for people getting help. So a lot, like I'll call it up a gym. I'll ask very leading questions to try to get a membership. They'll never capture phone information, email, or set an appointment. So how can we do that from your website? How can we do that on the phone? We want to be able to capture email as soon as possible. On a website, you might have free information on whatever problem you're solving. So maybe you're a real estate agent. 10 tips on how to increase the value of your home. Now, you're opening yourself to a broader market, because about only 3% are ready to buy or sell a home. What does that mean in your marketplace? So if people can increase the value of their home while they're thinking about selling it, it increases their likelihood of taking you up on the information. Versus someone who wants to sell their home in 3 years, they want to say, well, how can I start building the value of my home right now? You see where I'm going here? You can make yourself more attractive to more people. And so you want to capture your email as soon as possible. If someone hits your phone line, you want to say, hey, just to make sure we don't get disconnected, let me get your name and number so that in case we get disconnected, I can give you a call back. Yeah, and then they'll give you their phone number, right? Because we're already on the phone. Why wouldn't I give them my phone number? And a lot of times, the cell phone, they'll catch your phone number as well. Say, hey, John. So you're still on the phone. Hey, John, let me just get the best number to text you in an email. I'm going to be sending you I'm going to be giving you a lot of information over the phone. So where's a place I can send that information to you so you can make sure you have it written down? And they say, well, of course, that makes sense. Of course it makes sense. If I'm going to be giving you numbers and packages over the phone, I might as well send it to you via email. So now you got your email as well. So those are just a couple tips, very tactical things that you can do to start capturing emails. And so that's something we can do on our website as well. So I got my little board over here. It's giving me notes. But we got the next thing here. It's testimonial. Have lots of testimonials. Right? That kind of builds our credibility. We also have ask good questions in our testimonials. So when people come and do business with us, we want to ask questions that they might not give us if we're like, hey, can you give us a referral? Or, hey, can you write something for us? You ask them questions. Say, who are you? Hey, my name is Susie. I'm a mom, 45 years old. I live in Mariposa. Something like that. Who are you? What do you do? Or what was your problem? So my problem is I had, just a couple of days ago, it rained really hard. So we had some water damage in our carpet. So I'm going to say, we had a lot of rain and I had problems with flooding and our carpet got wet and soggy. I can say, well, what's the problem? Okay, then who helped you? So who are you? Who, what, when, and where? And how? How did you get helped? Who helped you? What did they help you with? And how was the service? So you want to ask questions about your unique selling proposition. Is it the fastest? Is it the easiest? Is it the quickest? Is it the cheapest? We want to ask questions like that in our testimonials to make sure that we're answering the question that's in our customer's head. So we want to, outside of our testimonials, we want to have very conversational copy. And what is copy? A lot of people, copywriting is kind of a lost art. There's a very select few of people who study copywriting and who do professional copywriting. I had to do my own copywriting for my websites, my sales letters, my sales pages. I had to learn from the greatest people in the earth. I study Gary Halbert and things like David Ogilvy here. You got David Ogilvy down here. But he was one of the greatest advertisers of all time, as well with Gary Halbert. He sent one of the most mailed sales letters in the world. 600 million sales letters were sold. He had 20,000 checks coming in per day. That's how often he sold with just a letter. He'd send out a letter to almost everybody in the world or in the United States just to send them a sales message. So what is copywriting? It's salesmanship multiplied. So if you have copywriting over the phone, that's your sales script. It's your sales message that you're giving to your customer. But if you have it on a website, now it's multiplied. You can have many people hitting your website at the same time, essentially free. right? So if we send out a sales letter, we send out 1,000 sales letters. That's multiple ship. That's like long range bombing for your business. You can go out and you can have a sales conversation multiplied. So we want to have very conversational, is what I meant to say here. We're talking to them as if they were standing right here with us. A lot of people, their copy is very dry. It's very corporate. We wouldn't want to hurt any feelings. You want to start asking them questions. You want to start jiving back and forth with them like you're having a conversation. And that's kind of different than traditional writing. I get a lot of friends and family members. They say, you write funny. You don't write like you're, I have brothers and sisters too, and I talk with them about writing. I say, people want to talk to you conversationally. They don't want to have like a super, dry professional, like a scientific report or anything like that. So we want to make sure that we're very conversational in our copy. And that's going to lead into our next question, or next thing, which is have an emotional headline. Right, so I like to say emotions sell, logic closes. So emotional means that they have a problem, and we want to strike their emotions. There's a couple things you could be emotional about with your website. Hey, man, I got a website. Things are just not converting. I'm not getting the customers I thought I would. I spent a bunch of money on this website, a bunch of money on marketing. I'm not getting any sales. Well, maybe your copy's bad. Maybe you don't have anything that's converting people into customers. That could be an emotional topic for some people, because a lot of business owners, it's kind of like, well, today's got to be good business or else, we're shutting down. And so that can happen to a lot of people. So that's why your marketing has to be an investment. And if you're going to invest in that stuff, you want to make sure that you're actually hitting on points that people care about. They don't care about how great you are, until you can solve their problem. Tell me you can solve my problem, and then I care about how good you are. That's something we should think about. So we want to be able to have emotion in our headline, and we do that by asking leading questions, things that talk about the pain point. We want to arouse a little bit of pain and show them how we can solve that problem. Right? So what is it? We want to hurt them and then heal them. As bad as that sounds, that's kind of really the case. Someone comes onto your car lot, say they're looking for a certified pre-owned car. Well, what do you not like about your current car? Why did you come to us today? Do you not like how you have to, shift gears? You like automatic? How's your gas mileage? Things of that nature where, oh man, I really don't like it going to the gas station. Well, now you can kind of know that there might not be looking for a big truck or a giant diesel, something like that. So you want to ask good questions. So I got the next thing over here, solve our problem. Hopefully I don't run out of room here, but 6 is solve our problem. So is there a solution, a reason why I came to your website? So you might, or your landing page. So you might have a couple different reasons why people would come to your website. That's why we don't have landing pages, separate landing pages, and I'm maybe talking about here in a minute. Actually, I'm just going to build one here, right? So we want to solve the problem. Why do people come to us? People might be coming to us for a different reason. Maybe in the yellow pages you had an ad that says, tired of your dentures? You should check out the 10 tips on why dental implants are the best choice. And then you might have a landing page strategically placed for that ad that you had for dental implants, right? So you might have a headline or a question, right? Headline with a question, right? So how can we start building these up to this solve the problem? We have a call to action, right? Call to action, where you might say, here, book a free consultation, download our ebook, here's a free video training, here's a report, here's a consumer guide, things of that nature where we can actually solve their problem. And then if they download a guide or something, the next step might be a free consultation that you have, or a conversation or a 10-minute audit on your marketing and website. Things of that nature where people can actually say, hey, I'm not quite ready for us to do business together, but maybe you can start to lead me in the right direction. Right? So we want to solve the problem. We want to make sure that our headline and our copy is current, and how we talk to them is current. So is your business, is your product, is your service, is it newsworthy? Is it something that I need to be paying attention to? What's the conversation that's going on in my head? If you're a business owner, you might be saying, hey, I'm not ready to invest in a website. But then I might say, well, hey, how much traffic are you getting? How much are you converting? Well, you know what? Hey, I'm not ready to invest in a ton of advertising. Well, if we're not ready to invest in a ton of advertising, we might be able to optimize or make better our conversion rates. So if we can get more conversions per customer that come to us, whether it's a Facebook ad, whether it's a Google ad, whether it's a phone call, if we can increase the conversions of the people who are already coming to us, you might not need to up your budget to $1,000. You might just have to increase your conversion rates so you can do more with less. We want to be able to, right now, if you're getting a 3% conversion rate, 3% conversion rate on a phone call, and I give you a couple tactics so you can actually increase your conversion rate to 25%, well, now it's almost like you got 10 times the amount of customers who are converting at the 3%. You know what I mean? So how can we stay current? How can we make it newsworthy? New formula solves the problem of customers leaving your website, or new formula for closing more on the phone. Things of that nature where it's newsworthy, it's something that matters to me, it matters to you, it matters to your business, and it matters to keep the doors open so you can actually live the life you want to live and actually help more people at the same time. So, let me see here. 8. Let me see here. We got the, bullets. We need to talk about bullets. So, in our copy, we want to have bullets. Bullets are going to be feature-rich and benefit-oriented. So we want to have lots of features. We want to talk about benefits as well. So the benefit of a website. What's the benefit? Well, you can increase your visibility in the marketplace. You can have more customers. You convert into clients, right? The features are it's 3-second response time, or things of that nature, where it's very fluid, it's very responsive, it's mobile friendly. Mobile friendly, why? What does that matter? Oh, because 90% of your customers are actually now coming in on mobile sites, and it needs to be friendly. I've had so many websites where I go through and then I find something that I like, but then I click on it, it's all clunky, it doesn't make any sense on the mobile because they set it up on a desktop, or it's not, mobile friendly, and so it just makes me want to bounce out or leave their website as soon as possible. So the next thing is we got conversational. So we want credibility, we want email, we want testimonials, we want conversational copy, an emotional headline. We want to solve the problem. We want to make sure it's current, and we want to have a guarantee. I think I forgot one here. Right? But how can we reduce risk for our customer? How can we reduce the commitment that someone needs to make in order for them to start doing business with us? So maybe you'll have a free consultation, or a $10,000 consultation for free. Or maybe I'll have a second opinion checkbox or something where someone can download our ebook. Or maybe I'll have a double money back guarantee. Surprisingly, it actually reduces the refund rates. 3 months to 6 month guarantee. Maybe you have a year. No questions asked guaranteed. The lower the guarantee, the more likely you're actually going to have problems. So if you have a 2-day guarantee, you're probably going to be like, oh, I got to return this now, or I gotta raise an issue or have a problem. And so that's why a lot of people, they go with a bigger guarantee, actually reduce the amount of problems here. So I actually wrote this down on my phone. I drew up a little book for you guys. So make sure that we're solving problems here. Incorporate emotion, and then we want to arouse curiosity. Was the last thing. So that's this here, right? Human beings, naturally, we have a tendency to be curious. I don't know if you guys can see it there. Yeah, so it's not showing up on the page here, but I put curiosity as the 10th one because human beings, we're very curious. Dr. David Buss, he talks about this in evolutionary psychology, and as well as Charlie Munger, he talks about in his book, Charlie's Almanac. It says, we're very curious individuals, so we want to be able to solve problems. So if you ask, are you looking for a better solution? Are you looking for a faster, easier, cheaper solution to whatever your problem is? Maybe you have a plumbing issue. Well, I can't rely on them to show up on time. I can't rely on them to give me fair prices. You could add this into, are you tired of having inconsistent pricing in your plumbing? Call us now for a free, fair price, no questions asked, risk-free consultation. And then, well, yeah, I kind of want to have this problem solved, which is the question. I need to answer the question in my head, arouse curiosity. So those are 10 simple things that you can do to actually increase your conversion rates. And in this module, in this training video, we're going to be talking about obviously your website. So capture their email, get a free consultation here, risk-free consultation. Maybe you have something that provides education. You want to educate your customer. So an educated customer is always the best kind of customer. A person who already basically has a little bit of knowledge about what it is you do. So you want to have something that's free here. You want to trade your information for their information. Get their information, get their testimonials here, right? You want to have conversational copy, right? We want to solve the problem here and here. We want to have multiple calls to action. We want to make sure that our headline's current. Make sure we have our bullets. Make sure we have a guarantee right here, and we want to arouse curiosity. So those are a couple things. You can always translate that into print. You can always translate into your phone conversations, and obviously you can translate that into your sales process. So this is Ariel Long here, your professional online expert, and we'll be check out for more trainings coming up in the future as well for you guys who are in business, making some money, helping some people. We're going to be talking about conversion rates. So if you have any questions, feel free to hit us up. I'll do a couple consultations here and there to just do an audit of your website, see if I can help you out, and give us a call here, 209-658-8907 for all you local folks, and we'll be talking soon then. Take care.